There is a deal that was offered to you, probably by your parents, your teachers, and every well-meaning adult who shaped your early sense of what a responsible life looks like. The deal sounds something like this: work hard, get a stable job, save a portion of every paycheck. Diversify across a basket of low-cost index funds, or whatever the equivalent advice was in your generation. Be patient, avoid risk, trust the long term. Do this for 40 years and at the end of it, you will have enough to stop working and live the life you want. That deal was not a lie when it was made. It was the right deal for a different world. It was built in a time when income could support a family, when housing was affordable on a middle-class salary, when defined benefit pensions were standard, when inflation was contained, when a career meant staying with the same company for decades, and when the financial returns of slow and steady investing were generous enough to genuinely build wealth across a working lifetime. In that world, the deal worked. People retired with security. The math made sense. That world no longer exists. Wages have stagnated relative to the cost of housing, healthcare, and education. The retirement vehicles built for previous generations have been quietly replaced with structures that put far more risk on the individual. Inflation has compounded in ways that have eroded the real value of long-term savings. Markets have become more volatile, more correlated, and more dominated by institutions running strategies that ordinary investors cannot access. The promise that patience and discipline alone would deliver the kind of life most people imagined when they signed up for the deal has quietly become something closer to a hope than a plan. This is not a complaint. It is a description. The point is not to be angry at the people who passed the deal down to you. They believed it. In their time, it was largely true. The point is to recognize that the assumptions you may have inherited about how a life is supposed to work financially were built for an economy that has changed beneath your feet, and that no one has been particularly motivated to come tell you the deal has been amended. The institutions benefiting from the old deal are not in a hurry to update you on its current terms. The financial industry that grew up around the old deal still sells its products on the assumption that the old deal works. The cultural narrative that frames the old deal as the responsible choice still rewards the people who follow it most loyally, even as it quietly fails to deliver what it promised. You are allowed to ask whether the deal still works. You are allowed to look at the numbers honestly. You are allowed to wonder whether the path you are on is actually leading to where you were told it would lead. Asking the question does not make you reckless. Refusing to ask it is what's reckless.